My next guest, Mrs. Adeyinka Aroyewun, is the director of the Lagos Multi-Door Courthouse. In this interview, she sheds more light on the roles expected of parties and lawyers who want to take advantage of the Settlement Week program.
For lawyers, it is important that lawyers know that the responsibility they have in respect of bringing their parties to ADR is to the parties, even to the courts, even to the justice system, because they have a responsibility to promote a more efficient justice system. So it is important that lawyers ask their clients to cooperate with the mediation process and with the mediator. In fact, lawyers have the responsibility to advise their clients that there is something like alternative dispute resolution. I always say that a lawyer who doesn't know about ADR or who doesn't advise his client about ADR is not a complete lawyer. You cannot say you're a 21st century lawyer if the only thing you know is litigation. You should know that there is alternative dispute resolution, you can use mediation, you can use arbitration, conciliation, and other dispute resolution services to resolve the disputes. The most important thing is that parties should mediate in good faith. So there is preparation. When parties are coming for mediation at the Legal Settlement Week, because the Legal Settlement Week mediations are time-bound, parties must come prepared with every relevant documentation, and they must come themselves. They should ensure that it is the party that is well seized of the facts of the matter and the party that has authority to commit the organization that is at the mediation table. So, I mean, that actually speaks to one of the challenges we have. When we have organizations, companies, banks, multinationals for mediation, representation is very, very important. So the duty of the organization is to ensure that whoever it is that is representing the organization is somebody who is well seized and who has the authority of the organization to take decisions and commit to the organization. As otherwise, it means we have the wrong people at the table, and the mediation might not, actually be successful, or it might not hold, or that sort of thing. So it's important that parties know that they should send the right representation, and if it is an individual that is concerned, it is better for the individual to come rather than his lawyer. He should come with his lawyer rather than sending his lawyer to the mediation table, because if he comes himself, he is the one that knows exactly what happened and can speak to the mediator about it. One of the reasons why we also would expect that the party should come himself, or that the organization sends somebody who is because mediation is a party participatory process. So the mediator would of course prefer to talk to the party, because the party actually knows better than anybody else about his matter. One of the other things we have is the counsel. It is important that lawyers are are knowledgeable about the mediation process, because we found out that ignorance of mediation and ADR is actually part of the reasons why lawyers are resisting. If they understand the ADR process and they know that ADR is not here to supplant litigation, it is here only to supplement litigation and help with those cases that would be better mediated rather than litigated, then I think their response will be better. I think we will get more buy-in from lawyers on that.
So how is the LMDC addressing these challenges?
We've started what we call mediation advocacy training. In fact, some members of staff and members of faculty of the LMDC, of the Lagos Multi-Door Courthouse, had to go to England to undergo what we call the trainer's course for them to be able to teach mediation advocacy. So that is one. One of the other things we're doing is to sensitize the Nigerian Bar Association. So we go to Nigerian Bar Association meetings, sensitize them about the Lagos Settlement Week, about the Lagos Multi-Door Courthouse, what we do, ADR, it works, it is better, you resolve your dispute by ADR. So sensitization at the Nigerian Bar's different bar, the branches of the Bar Association meetings. What we've done for parties is, before the Lagos Settlement Week, we have a workshop for parties and counsel to tell them what is expected of them. What is your role? We expect you to come yourself. Even if you bring your lawyer, we also expect you to mediate in good faith, willingly, that sort of thing. Ensure that we tell them about the Lagos Multi-Door Courthouse, the Lagos Settlement with the practice directions, that sort of thing. So we hold workshops for parties and counsel just before and then we'll try and do some sensitization. We go around, flyers, distribution, we do road shows to let people be aware that ADR is a faster way of resolving your disputes rather than spending all your time in court.